So are you thinking about becoming a loan officer in the state of Vermont? Well, in this video, we're going to give you a complete step-by-step guide so you know exactly what steps you need to take to get licensed and start your new career as a loan officer in the state of Vermont. So let's talk about some of the reasons to get licensed in the state of Vermont. So getting your loan officer license can open up various opportunities and huge potential financial rewards. So here are some reasons that people consider a career in mortgages in Vermont. The very first one is the income potential. As a loan officer, you can make the big bucks. I personally know loan officers that make multiple six figures a year, and some even make seven figures a year once they get their business established and running. So this career can have huge upside potential, and it can be extremely lucrative if you become successful at it. Next, let's talk about the flexibility and independence. So when you're a loan officer, you don't necessarily have to clock in and go to the office every single day. And that is one of the main reasons people love becoming a loan officer, because as a loan officer, you have the flexibility and independence to work from home when you want to, or even when you're traveling, you can work on loans and kind of just do your thing at your own pace. And people really love that about this business. Now, there will be some days where you're probably going to want to go into the office and get help and training, especially when you're first starting out in the industry. But one good thing about being a loan officer is this job can be done remotely. And if you have a lifestyle or something you want to do where you travel a lot, or you just want to spend a lot of time with your friends and family and you want to stay home, well, this job can be a great fit for you. Next thing I want to talk about is the contribution to your community and personal fulfillment. So as a loan officer, you get a lot of fulfillment out of what you're doing. Think about it. You're helping a lot of families in the community get into their first home, buy their investment properties, and really build wealth. So you can make a huge difference in people's lives by going through their finances and really helping them pick products that are right for them so they can get into their homes, build wealth through real estate, and really expand their portfolios or just buy their dream home. So as a loan officer, you can do all these things and you are a really important part of the real estate transaction. In fact, many people have loans for many, many years, and the decisions that they make are oftentimes guided by their loan officer. So you're going to be going through the process and talking to them if they want to do a 30-year fixed mortgage, if they want to do an adjustable rate mortgage. You're going to be looking at different interest rates and advising them on different loan products and programs. And that's one of the coolest parts of this job, is you really get to be an advisor and really help people with their finances and help them get their biggest purchase, which is usually their home. Now let's break down the basic steps to get licensed. So we're going to go through all the steps so you know exactly what to do, so you're not left with any questions and you know exactly what you need to do to get your license and get started with this awesome career. So the very first one is you need to be 18 years old or older, or have a high school diploma or its equivalent. Step number 2 is completing your pre-license education. Now, to become a loan officer, you're required to complete a mandatory 20-hour course that aligns with the SAFE Act pre-license education requirements. So the course covers essential topics for new mortgage loan officers, and they include state-specific components as well. So for the national part of the pre-license education, you're required to complete 20 hours of this. So no matter what state you're in that you're going to get licensed, you have to complete 20 hours. On top of that, for Vermont, you have to complete an additional 2 hours of the Vermont Safe Review Vermont Mortgage Law online class. So overall, the pre-license education requirements are not that high. So you might be asking, how long does it take to complete these classes? Well, there are a couple different packages and courses that you can choose from depending on how fast you want to work and what time you have available to take these classes. The first one is a 7-day course. You get through the entire thing within 7 days, which is pretty quick. If you want to move a little bit slower, there's a 14-day online course that you can take. And if you want to move super fast and get this done right away, there's a condensed 3-day course that can get you through this content ASAP and get you on your way to starting your new career. Now, if you want to check out these classes, click the link down below in the description. We have an affiliate link that will actually get you a discount on these classes, so be sure to check that out. Once you click that link, you're going to be taken to this screen. Now, this screen is the home screen of the OnCourse Learning website where you can find all these classes and you can sign up for them. So the very first thing we're going to do to make sure that you log into the right classes is we're going to do courses. We're going to go to new license. Once you click new license, you're going to shop pre-licensed courses. Now, what's really cool about this is they actually have a smart search filter. So they're going to be able to filter out the classes that you need exactly for the state of Vermont. So let's go into the national portion of the exam. Let's keep this checked because you're going to want to get the national pre-licensed education requirements out of the way because those are required for Vermont. But once you do that, we want to scroll down here and we just want to find Vermont. Once we find Vermont, we're going to click it and it's going to give us everything we need to know about getting licensed in Vermont. So as this uploads, you're going to be able to go through here and you're going to be able to check out what the options are for you. So here you go, you have some of the national courses that you can take for Vermont. Now, these are all the national courses that you can enroll in. There's a 7-day course, a 14-day course. There's a lot of different options that you can do. But once you scroll down even further, you're going to be able to find these state-specific courses. So if you want to get an all-in-one package, you can go in here and get the 20+2 Vermont pre-licensed package. And this kind of gives you an outline of how quick these classes take to complete. So pick whatever class fits you best, and then you want to click here. You can make sure that everything in here is what you want. There's some facts, questions, and answers here, and then you can click add to cart and get started with your classes. So once you select your pre-licensed education classes, it's time to move on to step number 3. Step number 3 is all about obtaining your NMLS account. Once you create this account on the NMLS website, if you haven't already, this account will be used to manage your license application and get rolling with that entire process. Step 4 is passing the NMLS exam. So to pass the exam, you must get a minimum score of 75 points or higher. If you do fail the exam, you must wait 30 days to retake it. And while you're waiting, you might want to consider trying some practice exams while you wait so you can increase your chances of passing on the second try. Step number 5 is all about completing your background check. Keep in mind, you're dealing with people's finances and you're dealing with their money. So the state is going to want to make sure that you can be responsible. So you're required to undergo a thorough background check, including fingerprinting. Certain criminal convictions may affect your eligibility for a license. So if you do have questions on this, make sure you reach out to the state and see if you're going to be qualified based on your background and what things you have concerns about. Step number 6 is to obtain a surety bond. So you're required by the state of Vermont to obtain this bond before you can start doing mortgages. So do some research, go on Google and see where you can purchase this bond before you get started. Step number 7 is time to submit your license application and gather all the necessary documents. So what you're going to want to do at this point is include your proof of your completed pre-licensed education, your exam results, and any other documents required by the DFR. Next, you're going to complete the Vermont Loan Originator license application through the NMLS website, pay the application fees, and submit the required documents. Step number 8 is a fun step, and this is all about getting your license. So the DFR will review your application. If everything is in order, they will issue you your loan officer license. Once fully licensed, fulfill any ongoing education requirements and comply with renewal procedures to keep your license active and updated. The next step in this process is finding a job. And this is the fun part. You get to go to different mortgage companies and apply with them and see what kind of benefits and programs they have and what kind of commissions they pay out to their loan officers. So take this step seriously. You did a lot of work to get to this stage, and you want to make sure that you align yourself with a company that is going to fit your goals and what you want to accomplish. So take your time doing this. Make sure you interview multiple companies and go out there and crush it in 2024. Thanks for watching the video. Any questions, drop it in the comment section below.